Hey everyone, it is Saturday, November 19th. The time is just before 4 p.m. and it's about -1 degree Celsius right now. And I'm here at the intersection of King Street and Yonge Street, and that's a look north up Yonge. And as soon as the light changes here, I'm going to make my way west along King Street West, through the financial district and then into the entertainment district. And then I'll carry on heading west, maybe as far as Bathurst Street or even Niagara, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure why the cross sign wasn't showing yet, but there we go. And as you can see, it's rather windy today. That's certainly making it feel a bit colder than it really is. And I'm curious if they have the Christmas tree up, or Christmas trees up at the TD Center. So I'll swing by that courtyard on the way. Looks like the Scotia Plaza has some of their decorations up. I have my camera horizon locked. There we go. And this is Commerce Court West. Normally the financial district isn't that busy on weekends, but it won't take long to get to the entertainment district. And then after that, we'll be through an area known as the Fashion District. It's certainly amazing to see how quickly things have changed over the past week. We got our first big snowfall, and all of a sudden everyone's rocking their winter gear. There's the TD Center. Let's see if those Christmas trees are up. They are, but they didn't turn the lights on yet. And tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. is the Santa Claus Parade. It's an institution here every November in the city, but obviously there hasn't been a parade for the last few years. And it seems as if a lot of these places just rehash the same Christmas decorations over and over again. It's been about 3 or 4 years that the TD Center has been using these trees. Well, I'll have to come back later at night at some point when they're lit up. Looks like I probably want to go this way. I only see these signs, particularly in the downtown core, but I'm not sure what people are supposed to do about it. Are you just supposed to walk with your head tilted up, looking up for falling ice so you can jump out of the way? If an area was that dangerous, you think they would seal it off like this? That's probably exactly what they've done here. And this is York Street. And next up is University. And then once I cross that, I'll be in the entertainment district. And at this intersection, you'll find St. Andrew's subway station. And I bet that's where they're heading. These bike lanes look pretty clear. They're in a lot better shape than the bike lanes I was in yesterday on Danforth and Bloor Street East. There's St. Andrew's Church, and coming up on the left is Roy Thompson Hall, and that's where the Toronto Symphony Orchestra plays. That opened back in 1982. And in a moment, I'll be walking past the longest still operating theater in North America. Or I guess the term they use is continuously operating, and that's the Royal Alex. And unfortunately for the Elephant and Castle, I think that bar is going to have to leave that property somewhat soon, as this property is being redeveloped. There's plans for a 80-story tower to go on that lot. I have never been to Charlotte's Room. I guess that place is endangered as well. The other Elephant and Castle up at Yonge and Gerrard closed during the pandemic. There's the Royal Alex. And that dates back to 1907. And here you'll also find the Canadian Walk of Fame. It's funny, the name the camera landed on when I pointed it down was Frank Gehry. And he has a couple of skyscrapers planned for just here on the right. I think they total 70 and 80 some odd stories each. And they're going to look quite spectacular. Whenever it's time for a play to let in or out, there's always a flood of people on this sidewalk. On the right here is the Princess of Wales Theatre. That opened back in '93. And it looks like they are currently showing Mean Girls, October 25th through November 27th. When it opened, they were playing, I think, Miss Saigon. And over the years, they've also been home to Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Les Miserables, Hairspray, Chicago, Phantom, and I think Hairspray. And here's John Street. And just to the north is Queen Street. And on the right is the Tiff Bell Lightbox. And across the street, we have Restaurant Row. And part of me is kind of hoping I pick up a content ID match from that music there. I want to test the ability of my new software to remove background music while maintaining all the other sounds. Or at the very least, my narration. And Bell Tiff Lightbox here is home to a movie theater and a large tower on top. That's the home basis for the Toronto International Film Festival. And that opened back in 2010. Just to the north of here is the old Paramount movie theater. Which is now known as, I think, Scotiabank Theatre. And that is set to be redeveloped. And there used to be a comedy club right on this corner. So in the 80s, a number of nightclubs, as well as Roy Thompson Hall and the Sky Dome to the south of here, popped up in the entertainment district. And the 2000s brought with it a condo boom. And a lot of the nightlife shifted further west along King Street through an area I'll be walking along. So here's Peter Street to the north, which is to the right, and Blue Jays Way to the left. And there used to be a number of big clubs just north of here on Peter Street. I don't think there's any left. And the Sky Dome, of course, to the south. This one is pureplaza.com. If you want more info on that big development going in. There's an escape room. Never actually been to an escape room yet. A streetcar turnaround loop. There's 3 streetcars lined up there end to end, waiting to go into action on King Street West. So now the entertainment district is transitioning into an area known as the fashion district, known for its old garment factories and textile warehouses and that sort of thing. And this is Spadina Avenue coming up. fresh Christmas trees. Top quality, delivery available. I've got my Snoopy tree set up. There's a southbound 510 Spadina streetcar. That guy has 2 batteries on that e-bike.
You were probably around here yesterday, weren't you? Yeah. I know we're by the Patagonia property. Right? Yeah. And it was weird because they said that storm is going to blow around fast. Like, it was like different. Was it there?
And this part of King Street has been designated a transit priority corridor. So most of these intersections, vehicles cannot go straight through. And that's between, I think, Bathurst and Jarvis Street. Someone's wig. This is Brant Street. There's a big condo project. What else is going in right there?
And I was like trying to get out of my
And this is an area I've recorded a lot of Friday and Saturday night videos, mainly because there's a lot of nightlife in, I think, in between Bathurst and Spadina, although most of it's around King and Portland coming up. Mademoiselle Bar and Grill. That's new. I think there used to be a gentleman's club in that spot called For Your Eyes Only, if I'm not mistaken. There's everyone lined up at that Dollarama.
Like, seen that Twitter, I would be close.
Is it the ornaments?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not just like.
And that location has not yet embraced all the self-checkouts. So here's Portland Street. Now let's cross over to the south side, why not?
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, you're doing.
Like, I'm sure if I went to DC,
Johnny Strides.
Hello.
All right.
Friendly guy.
they're still.
There's Lee Restaurant, owned by Suser Lee. And this place, Wurst, is a German sausage and beer spot. And they have a location in Union Station that's quite good. And coming up is Bathurst Street.
What are you gonna do now? How are you gonna hide this? You gotta drink coffee.
There's one of the night spots, EFS. And what was a pretty cool bar, the Banknote, they had to leave as that site will be redeveloped into a subway station. Same with this place across the street. There's always big lineups there. There's a look south on Bathurst Street. Someone getting honked at, it seems. I'll have to see what the sign says. Maybe there's no left turns now.
Just stay home and chill, bro. Just have to set the time for like 2 hours, and then there's a break in between. So you can take the time to get a shower.
It says Monday to Friday. No left turns.
Yeah, but it's set to that.
Well, with today being Saturday, I don't see what all that honking was about. There's the oldest bar in the city, the Wheat Chief.
Oh my god. Learn a flag.
I have not been there since they remodeled and reopened. Well, I guess I might as well keep on going until I get to Niagara. I think that's what I said at the start of the video. It's interesting how the sidewalk here is an interlocking brick configuration. I would imagine that went in when this development went up on the left. Probably in the late 80s or 90s. It's kind of nice. It feels very un-Toronto-like. There's Tecumseh Street. I always think of it as Tecumseh Street. And this will be Niagara Street coming up. And just beyond that will be Stanley Park. But I'm not going to make it that far.
I think that.
I went to that cafe I walked by. Simpta and Chai on a live stream before. There's a restaurant called Koh Samui. I was in Koh Samui about a month ago. And this here on the left used to be a bar called the Foggy Dew. Now it's called Hyde Social. And if you know more about this place, let me know down in the comments. I've heard that it kind of covertly operates as more of a nightclub than just a bar. That might be why the windows have been blacked out. I've heard that there's been some noise complaints. Anyways, I gotta figure out a plan, as I think I need to be somewhere at 6. Might make another video. But I want to thank you for watching this one, starting at King and Yonge, walking west through the financial district and the entertainment district to here at King and Niagara. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel memberships in the description. And I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there's a super thanks button appearing below these videos. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.